Popular, and this is
Cosplay.
And we are at Katsucon, dressed up as Boku No Hero, and we're asking Boku No Hero characters what is their positive impacts on the show.
Okay, so as a pretend teacher and as a real-life teacher, I love that Horikoshi writes high schoolers like actual high schoolers. The students in My Hero act like my students, and my students that are fans of My Hero interact with the characters in the show as if they were classmates, and it is the most wholesome thing. I love it so much.
The biggest impact this show had on my life is I love the character design, and because of it I started cosplaying more and more. I went to bigger conventions, farther out of my comfort zone, and I met so many incredible people. Through the people that I met, I learned to improve my cosplay skills more and more, learned so many new techniques, armor building, makeup skills, and I've just gone to places that I never would have gone otherwise. Some of my closest friends have come from cosplaying and cosplaying My Hero Academia, and it's just been a fantastic experience through and through.
My whole thing was, again, Boku No Hero kind of came to me. It wasn't something I thought I was going to enjoy, but I really dug it. I liked the world building they did. I liked that it was kind of the same kind of formula like Dragon Ball Z did, but, again, they kind of had a really fresh take on that, and I really appreciated that.
The most positive thing about My Hero Academia to me is that everyone's so supportive of each other. All the students help each other learn and to grow and be better.
And everyone is just unapologetically themselves. Like, they're not afraid to be who they are, even if it's like a flamin' jerk. But he's just himself, and he embraces that, and all the characters do, and it's incredible, and teaches people to do that for themselves.
I love how multidimensional the show is and how much time and effort they put into really fleshing out even non-major characters, because that allows for the motivations for everyone, whether they're doing what is considered good or hero work or evil villain work, to be believable and to have kind of focused motives that then allow the story to unfurl and tell itself.
Never give up. Always give it 100%.
So I think the thing that really drew me to Boku no Hero was just the earnestness of the world. A little bit of a cynic, had kind of fallen out of anime fandom. Someone told me to check it out, and what it ended up being is something with a really tried and true formula, but with very genuine characters. And just really having this idea of flawed but well-intentioned people trying to do their best in a ostensibly very difficult world. And I guess take away from that is like you could still find something, meaningful and endearing in what seems at the surface to be a very tried and true formula.
So I think for me, as far as cosplay goes, the biggest impact has been all of the friends I've been able to make and the like-minded people that I've been able to meet. And then as far as characters go, All Might specifically really means a lot to me because he's a very disability-positive hero. He's really the only disabled superhero I've ever seen. And as a disabled person, that gave me a lot of much-needed representation and a confidence boost when it comes to cosplay.
I love that everyone can be a hero. That's like the main message of the show. Everyone, anyone, it doesn't matter. If you have the heart, you can be a hero.
I think like the main storyline of like Deku as well, like just him becoming that, coming from nothing, is just like inspiring to a lot of people. So I think that's why I cosplay from Boku no Hero. It's because it's inspiring.
I'm someone who follows the show and the manga, and I mean, you can tell who my favorite character is, but I really love the aspect of seeing him change over time and kind of becoming vulnerable and making friends with Kirishima and the Baku squad and everything. Like, it's just nice to see development and maturity, because you don't get to see that too often in shows like these, and it really kind of just gives information like, hey, you can be somebody different. You can change into who you want to be.
Growth is possible.
Growth is always possible.
It's really good because you can see the characters grow from having major flaws in the beginning, but then you can see them grow for the better. Like Bakugo, when he was saying to that kid in the most recent episodes that you can't get ahead by looking down on others, and that's the biggest change in character that you can get for him, and it really shows that you can change for the better.
One of the most positive aspects that I find is being there to be able to teach young people to grow and gain responsibility for their actions, not just for the betterment of themselves, but for the betterment of the world around them, to give them an understanding that one person does not simply exist to exist. They must have purpose, they must have meaning, they must have an understanding and a code, something that they can live with, something that they can understand, that they can share and carry on to the next generation, making each generation better and better. It's not just about what kind of power you have and how much you can use it, how strong you are, what you can take from the weak. It's about how you can uplift the weak, how you can protect the weak, and how you can make them better to protect themselves.
I mean, pretty much like it shows that like if you do have people who surround you with nothing but positivity, like you could get through any hard situation regardless of like what's going on in your life. And like if you have like all the love around you, you can do whatever you can.
All right, what I like about Boku no Hero is that you can come from nothing and then make a hero out of yourself.
It teaches you how to believe in yourself, and it teaches you that like no matter where you start from, you can be a great person at the end of the day.
The positive thing I can get out of My Hero Academia, honestly, is it shows that even though before you got to where you are today, there's a lot going on behind the scenes. For instance, I usually cosplay Kirishima, actually. So his story with him actually coming from a place without confidence and sort of building himself and becoming the person he wants to be really kind of speaks to me on a personal level, and that it's really possible to become who you want to be so long as you try hard for it and you're willing to make changes to make it happen.
The thing I like about My Hero Academia is the factor that it basically shows that hard work and you can become a hero. And that's heroes is what this world really, really, truly needs.
What I kind of learned from it is like you can break down sometimes. You can have the worst day, you can have the worst beginning of your life, but that's all put in the past, and you can have that change, even if it takes a while, even if you want to continue breaking down. There's always going to be change, and there's always going to be people supporting you, and to never give up at all.
Hi, I'm Angels and Demons Cosplay, and I really love My Hero just because it shows you that anyone can be anything. Even though Deku has no powers and he's kind of a wimp and crying, he like rises to the occasion, and you just gotta like dig deep. And I really love that message because a lot of people go through a lot of trials and tribulations, but they pull through when they put that hard work in.
I think the best thing about it is just it's the positivity, the camaraderie between all the students is one of my favorite things about the show. In a lot of shows you expect there to be all kinds of groups within students, and those groups competing with each other or fighting with each other don't get along too well, but everyone always gets along so well. And I think that's one of my favorite things about the show. And I like doing All Might just because being the symbol of peace is, I feel like he's kind of the one that inspires everyone to be a better person, and which allows everyone to be so good to each other and everything. So that's my favorite thing about it.
The show has shown me to not give up on my dreams.
So what I find about the show that is most positive, I honestly think it's just kind of the message of like, even though something's thrown in your way that you don't like don't give up, because there's always other solutions. Like, that's honestly been a big thing with my life. Like, it's just been curveball after curveball, and it's just been one of those things where it's like, even though at the end of the day, like, you're not happy about it, you still learned a lesson, you're growing from it. And that's honestly what I kind of take away from the show sometimes, especially with like Deku and all the other characters. Like, they still find a way to just overcome themselves. So that's kind of what I think about it.
I really love the character development of the entire thing, the way all the characters grow, the way, they find new abilities about themselves, and always finding a way to keep growing, keep getting better every single time.
I think the best part about Boku no Hero that gives the best positive impact is the character development. Yeah. You definitely see the characters start off at like bottom level, but then you find out their goals, and then everybody gets so excited to see everybody reach their goals. And it's like, it's a very positive like community, and you're just like, wow, that person is reaching their goals, and everybody in the show is so excited for them. And I love that. It makes me want to cosplay from it.